So here we have a new 2024 Hyundai Palisade. Now this one comes in the top of the line trim level calligraphy, and then we have the all-wheel drive system with this one as well. Now for the powertrain, we get that same trusty 3.8 liter naturally aspirated V6, and that's mated to an 8-speed automatic transmission. But as we come around to the front end here, I've always loved the styling of the calligraphies, just having all that brushed aluminum, LED headlamps, LED daytime running lights. It just has a presence to it. The lights don't flash like that. That's just how my camera's picking them up. But one of the biggest things to let you know that this is a calligraphy are these 20-inch exclusive alloy wheels, which look phenomenal. Now we get passive keyless entry on the front doors, and memory seat functions, and we actually have one-touch automatic up and down windows on all 4 doors, an electric child lock and window lock there, power door lock controls, power mirror controls, and we have blind spot monitors in those side mirrors. Harman Kardon sound system, and then we do have an electronic parking brake here, traction control, etc. Now I do wish we had a power tilt and telescope steering wheel here, but we still just have the manual one, which is fine. It's not like you're going to use it that much anyway. But what I do like is we get these power seats here that have massage function, and then 4-way power lumbar support. Just very, very adjustable there. But I have that seat up front adjusted for someone of my size, being 6'3" with longer legs. And a big shout out to Hyundai of Cool Springs for allowing me to review this vehicle today. I'll try to leave a sticker price or the window sticker in the description, because you can't really see through this tint, but you can see $54,235 is the MSRP. So again, that seat is up front for someone of my size. We're gonna test out this rear legroom here. Rear blinds are there, 2 bottle holders. I just feel like this interior was always very smart ever since it came out. Just all the stuff made sense. So space there is great. When I sit all the way back, my knees don't touch the back of the seat at all. Seat back pockets on both sides. We do have USB-C charge ports in the sides of these seats, and then 3-stage heated cooled seats for the second row, along with a 115 volt 3-prong, 12 volt automatic rear AC controls. All of that can be full with right there. And then I love this headliner. That feels nice, and it looks fantastic. This beige, how it goes with the seats. And I have the seat back there, and you can see that's the third row with it down and with it up. And I'm gonna go ahead and show you from the back what that looks like. Fuel cap is there. It's freezing outside, so sorry if it's a little windy coming through the mic here, but it's one of those days. There's the back end there, LED tail lamps. What I like about these is you get close to it, you can see these kind of lights that are flickering right in that middle there. It looks very, very expensive. There's a spare underneath there. And then we're gonna go ahead and open the hatch. And this still has some plastic on it, so please excuse that. I'm gonna move all these mats here so I can show you the storage space underneath here. So there's that, and you also have that stowed cargo shade as well, which I love how that fits back there. But top tethers are here. There's a 12 volt here, and then you can power fold the third row and then power release that second row there. So again, that's the difference between third row up, third row down. And then I did forget to mention, we do get 3-stage heated seats for the third row. And we can even move the seat back and forth, and then a USB-C charge port, and that's for the right side, same for the left side there. Now as we come around the rear passenger side, we can move this seat back or forth, pulling up on the bar here, and then I can fold it flat, or I can tumble it to get to that third row easier if I don't want to use the middle part in the captain's chairs. So that'll fold down there, and then pretty easy to pull back up. And one thing I did forget to mention is I love having the side pockets here. If you want to stick your phone or your keys or something in here, maybe not keys because that might mess it up, but something that you don't want to have in your pockets while you're sitting here, you have several places to put that. My ears are about to fall off, it's so cold out here. And then our front passenger side, 2-way power lumbar, and then we have the power seat adjustability there. USB-C port, 12 volts, storage, and then glove compartment here. But can't get enough of this trim. That looks nice and it feels nice. And honestly, as I'm looking at this thing, you really get a lot for a $55,000 price range. Mostly covered up there is that 3.8 liter V6. I'm just gonna hop in the driver's seat. It's getting loud out here. That's much better. So heated leather wrap steering wheel here. There's a horn there. Over here to the radio, we do get that navigation. So I can pull up the map, type in a destination. We get AM, FM, XM radio, Bluetooth audio, and then wired CarPlay, wired Android Auto compatibility. So all of the menu options are there. These are pretty much all the same Genesis, Hyundai, just how the radios are built out. I actually like them quite a bit. They seem very hard to use, but once you know where everything is, it all makes sense. So language can be adjusted, units can be adjusted there. Then you have all of that available in terms of options. But backup cameras there, we get that bird's eye view. Front cameras there. And then we have hazards here, shortcuts, including a favorites custom button we can set up. And then volume knob is here. Click to turn the audio source off, and then tune knob is here. Now, as we get down here to the climate controls, what's neat is this is push button, or not push button, but a touch screen. So I can adjust the temperature there, adjust the fan speed. It's very quick in terms of what you do to adjust it. And then I can adjust the rear there if I want to too. Auto mode, sync, everything. But anyways, you don't get that in the Limited. That's one of the few things that I've noticed here in terms of just how sophisticated and pretty this vehicle is to look at inside and out. But it can, if you're trying to hit this, sometimes you can accidentally touch there and you're like, what did I just do? Because you just automatically just put your wrist there and just start typing buttons. See, I just did it there. But for your drive modes, sport, smart, comfort, eco, snow, we do get a few more options because we do have the all-wheel drive system, so that center differential lock is there. Auto hold, downhill brake control, auto stop toggle, parking sensors, camera toggle, and then we have those 3-stage heated cooled front seats along with that heated steering wheel toggle there. Now here we have the wireless charging pad here, bottle holders, and we can go ahead and adjust these if we want a little more space, close those off, and then just hit these buttons to turn them back. And then you can just push here, pull close, or push here, slide open. And then we have a second space in the center console, USB-C port and a 12 volt there, removable tray. So this is smart. That's one of the reasons I like having this shifter here, because you have all this additional space in the middle. And then rear camera mirror. And we have a little view there if you want to. Now, I don't know, is that actually a sunglasses holder and it doubles as a mirror? I don't know. I feel like you can't really fit your sunglasses in there, but slide this back so we can tilt or slide this roof here. And then the controls for that rear skylight are right here. You can open or close that there. So that's what it looks like when everything's open all the way. We can close that all together. But there's a view of the back seat from up here. And there is the vanity mirror that still has plastic on it. But back to the steering wheel. Blinkers, headlights. Now when you're in auto mode for your low beams, you can toggle your auto high beams there. And then when your low beams are all the way on, you can toggle those high beams and then turn them off by doing that flash there. We have automatic windshield wipers, so one time off, auto, low, high. We can adjust the auto sensitivity here. And then we have a rear wiper low, high there. Push back for that rear wiper fluid, pull up for that front wiper fluid. Paddle shifters behind the steering wheel. When you're in drive, you can just activate them. And then if you want to get them off and go back to auto mode, just hold this paddle here until it does that. This mode button, we can go through our audio sources. We can set up a second custom button here for the favorites, Bluetooth, voice recognition, volume up, down. Click this to mute, and then we can go through our track list or radio station presets there. And then over here, we have the smart cruise, lane centering, gap adjust for the smart cruise. We can adjust the cruise controls here, and then we have our sub menus, which we can go through here, clicking on this button, and then we can go through each sub menu when applicable using this, and then we can click or hold for that OK there. Now, heads up display is right there. Sorry for that leaf in the way. And then push button start. Here's the key fob with remote start. Then we do have an auto park, so we can kind of pull in and pull out the vehicle by itself or without us being in it. So you can use that as well from the key fob. But next, let's go ahead and take this Palisade Calligraphy with all-wheel drive out on the road for a test drive. So starting the test drive in this Palisade Calligraphy with all-wheel drive, this does pull just a bit differently than the front-wheel drive models, just because you're getting power to all four wheels as opposed to getting all of your power pulled from the front. So it does just make it feel more linear. You don't feel like you're about to do a burnout from the front wheels. And that can be a gift or a curse depending on how you like to feel your vehicle, but having the all-wheel drive capability is always good just because it helps you with your traction in those light snow or light off-roading conditions. Now, most people that get a vehicle like this are not going to use it for that. It's just one of those things where you want to have it if you ever need it. But I do like, I guess, how much more confident I am behind the wheel knowing that I have an all-wheel drive system. Now, with this being the Calligraphy, I will say these, I think, are very underrated for what they are. Hyundai did a fantastic job at making this look and feel like $1 million without the price tag to match. Because, I mean, you have the headliner, which looks fantastic. The screen, everything on the dash looks really good. It's just a super impressive setup here. Just everything feels great. And one impressive feat, I think, is you get heated cooled seats in this second row. And honestly, I don't know that many vehicles. I mean, there are like 150, 200 grand vehicles that don't have heated cooled rear seats. So it's just nice to have that in a $55,000 vehicle. And keep in mind, everything else feels premium as well in here. That's not the only place where Hyundai shines with this Palisade Calligraphy. But we've been in smart mode now. It does a pretty good job just keeping you in that normal mode or comfort mode when you need it. And then when you put your foot into it, it's ready to go into sport. But I'm just gonna put it into sport now, getting on the interstate here and test out these paddle shifters. So we'll give it a little pull here. And I'll use the paddle shifters too. Not gonna redline it, but so what I love about the 8 speeds that Hyundai has is they are so quick to shift. Specifically when you're in sport mode, it's just the snappiest transmission you can imagine. Now I have the adaptive cruise here, lane centering. So not a full self-driving or semi-autonomous system, but it gets the job done for me at least. And then it's also not that intrusive as well, like in Teslas or maybe GM Super Cruise, where, hey, you gotta have your eyes where I want them to be at all times. So I appreciate that, because most people who pay attention while they're driving and aren't on their phones, this is relaxing, but I don't necessarily want to be watched like a hawk. Just making sure that the sensor can see me, and if it thinks that I'm not paying attention for half a second, it's gonna just start going crazy. And then I feel like they become more of a hazard than a help at that point. But overall, ride quality, even with these 20-inch alloys, is fantastic. Just a smooth riding vehicle in any configuration. I wouldn't necessarily say put 24s on here, but every Palisade I've driven has always been a great ride. But I think if you're in the market for something like this, even like a Tahoe or, I don't know, an Expedition, take a look at this, because for the money, I feel like you get more other than space, and it's just, I think, a more practical vehicle for a lot of consumers out there. With that being said, this will bring me to the end of my review of this 2024 Hyundai Palisade Calligraphy.